boy, Superman 2000, coming from the fight chair. Man, I'm glad Jon Jones is not a criminal. I'm glad he's only an MMA fighter. He's got good lawyers, man. Now, here I was doing some reading on Daniel Cormier and the fact that he was disappointed that he couldn't get to fight Jon Jones after several times that they were supposed to meet in the octagon. So he was somewhat disappointed. So I said, let me do some research on Jon Jones, see when he's coming back. So in my research, I noticed that his hearing, the case before the Nevada State Athletic Commission was postponed. And I'm like, the case is postponed? That's weird. You think you'd be in a hurry to get this thing over, to get back to the ring. Then it hits me. Like a freight train. Ah! There is a new commissioner coming in. Someone who is going to be more lenient. Someone who realizes the value of MMA to that area. Someone who realizes that, hey, these fighters bring money in. We can't suspend them for 2-3 years. We can't do that craziness. We got to get them fighting so we can get paid. So money can come into the state. So whoever it was that postponed the case, the fix is in. I said, hey, don't sue me, Nevada. Don't sue me, Jones. Don't sue me, UFC. I believe the fix is in. Because here it is that it said disappointing news for Jones. He was handed a notice that his hearing was postponed till November. So now the new commissioner is coming in, right? New head is coming in. That person is probably going to be more lenient. Because the last one was going to completely drive MMA out of the area, and that money would be going to another state. They don't want that to happen, no. They have learned that, hey, this is big business. It's a growing sport. It's going to bring business. It's also going to bring tourism. It's going to put money in our coffers, the taxes alone is going to be spectacular for the state. And it's good for local business. Hotels, restaurants. We don't want to spoil a good thing. So, I'm calling it now. Jon Jones will be coming back to the UFC shortly. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but the conspiracy man in me, the conspiracy theorist, anybody's that movie Mel Gibson or a conspiracy when he was a brainwashed agent and he didn't know it. He was a secret operative that the government would turn on and off. They would turn him on, he'd do his killings, then they'd turn him off again and he'd go back to his normal life without knowing. But he was always he knew something was wrong and he was a conspiracy theorist maniac. Well, that's how I feel now, but I can tell you, the fix is in. Jon Jones is coming back. Not only that, I'm calling it now that when Nick Diaz reappeals to the Athletic Commission, they're going to back off and let him back in the ring. A lot of fighters who were suspended, they're going to have a second chance because the new commissioner has got to be lenient because right now, Conor just said he'll never fight in that state. Never. Now, if he's not going to fight there, and they know what they're saying, oh, I can't force him to fight if he doesn't want to fight there. That's a lie. He's under a contract. He's contractually obligated to fulfill the duty of his contract. If the UFC want him to fight there, all I have to say is, hey, your contract says X, Y, and Z. You got to do it. End of story. But the brilliant legislators of Nevada realize, hey, listen here. We don't want this money going to Madison Square Garden. Because if it goes there, it's going to stay there. You understand that New York is densely populated? Do you understand that they have a subway and railway and airport infrastructure that will deliver people directly there so they can watch the fights? You realize that? So when there's a boxing event in Madison Square Garden, Nevada is the one that's losing the money. Now imagine if no MMA events ever held in Nevada again. Not only that, MMA is one of the fastest growing sports now in our time, and all that money is boxing. I take that. I can't compare the two, because compare if I'm in a room with my child, and you know somebody asks which one of the two of us, which one of them is the fastest growing, it would be my child, because that child is still growing. I've gone as far as I can go. There's no more growing left in me. Well, boxing tickets and boxing is still good money. But at some point, it's starting to taper off. And boxing is seeing a lull because all the big names are, here it is that Manny Pacquiao is fighting, I guess, this weekend. And everybody's like, big deal. Mayweather's retired. I mean, all the big, all these new guys, it's taking time for them to get introduced. And most of the boxers that are running it now and making it hot, they're over there in the UK, and that's where boxing is like on blazing fire, But here it's like it's warm, hot, big name, no name, a type of stuff. It makes more money, yes, but it's as a state that's wanting tax revenue, you want to be able to make sure all the money, you want to clean up from every angle of the table. So if boxing is not bringing in revenue, MMA is bringing in the revenue. If MMA is not bringing in the revenue, boxing is bringing in the revenue. So as a state legislator, you look and you see that money walking out the door, heading to New York. Oh my goodness. Do you realize if that money goes to New York, Nevada will be like, oh my goodness, there's no money here. There's no money here. Think about that. So now they're saying, no, you know what? Let's fix this. Let's not re-elect this commissioner. Let's get somebody who's more friendly to the sport. Somebody who's going to be fair and objective. Somebody's going to slap the guys on the wrist, punish them, but punish them enough to where they can come back and make a living. Not somebody's going to look down the end of their nose and then talk smack and not get the fighters back going. Now, if it was me, being a legislator in Nevada, I pick up the phone, I call Randy Couture. I say, Randy, my man, I want you to be head of this commission. Now you imagine if Randy Couture, not only is he a fighter, he's a mature, level-headed, fair guy who understands a lot about the legal ramifications of things, from fighting for his own ancillary rights and the different things that he has to go through and his life experience. Even someone like that would be a great commissioner. So Mike, I'm calling it now. Jon Jones is coming back pretty soon. Nate Diaz is also going to be coming back pretty soon too. Nick Diaz coming back pretty soon. And Nate Diaz will not get a suspension for the vaping. No, he won't. You heard it from me first. The new commissioner is going to be friendly, and they're going to bring back Jon Jones, and hopefully we can get to see him rumble with DC or Rumble Johnson. Either way, I'm excited to have him back. Let's get some action going in the division, man. We can't tie everything up around Conor McGregor. Let's get the stuff going. That's my 2 cents from the fight chair. Peace out.